Welcome back to Coffee with Poet. It's Thanksgiving Day, you guys. 2 more days and we are out of November and into December. Like, can you imagine? I just can't imagine. And I'm recognizing, I kept complaining about my hair not growing fast enough and all that. But it did, look. Anyway, I still want to do the extensions. And I'm going to call this week about the piercing and at least get a price. I want to show you. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I have my coffee. You probably can't see, maybe you can see it. Yes, you can. Right there. Now I had it standing up, but it's peppermint bark. It's a square of peppermint bark. The dark chocolate, the Ghirardelli dark chocolate peppermint bark. I got it in our hot chocolate to put a square of, or a half of a square, not a whole square, just a half, which is about 35 calories. I'll show you. Hang on. I'll show you the box. Come with me. I just got rid of the box. And I just have it's this. So if you just take like a half and put it in your iced coffee or put it in your hot chocolate. We're going to do hot chocolate tonight. I've had the best day so far. My last, I don't know, I have my contacts in, so I'm stuck on the reading glasses again. My last, I don't know how many Thanksgivings have been so hard on me and so hard on Sky. And yesterday was, I didn't mention it when I did the video because I just couldn't talk about it, but yesterday was 9 months since Sky passed away. I hit that 9-month mark, 3 more months, and I hit the 1-year mark. And I did go on his obituary site today, and I put a long message for him for Thanksgiving. Like I said before, he wasn't a holiday person, but anyway. So today, I made the cinnamon rolls. I got the Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. I just got the 5-pack. And I made the cinnamon rolls, this is the 5th year now in a row that I've made cinnamon rolls in the morning for breakfast. I started it as a tradition for me and for Sky because we didn't have our own traditions. And it's like sometimes you have to start your own traditions, right? So then he passed away and I wasn't going to get them this year, but I made a decision. No, I'm going to keep doing it. So I made them, and Gio was here, and we had cinnamon rolls, and I had tea, and he had a cup of tea, and it was just nice. And then, excuse me, I had the worst, probably the worst ever panic attack. I just ate, can you tell? I had the worst ever panic attack last night. I thought, oh, I'm never going to get through this. Yesterday was so rough on me because I knew that I was going out this morning, and I was so nervous, and I was just dragging through the day yesterday. I got a lot done, but internally, if you have anxiety disorder, you get this internal exhaustion, and if you have it, you know what I'm talking about. And then by 4 or 5 o'clock, it hits you externally. Yeah. So I was in bed at a ridiculous hour. We did tea meditation, we did regular meditation. We did not do Tai Chi, and I did not exercise yesterday. So today is a definite must. We've got to do Tai Chi and got to get the exercise in today, absolutely, positively. So I was anxious and nervous, and I had panic because I was to go up and meet one of his daughters, his son-in-law, and his two grandsons that are 4 and 7. And I'll tell you what, I was just so tempted to cancel, and just send him. And we had bought some candy from a local candy store, but anyway, I went, and had the best time. We were only there about, I don't even think it was an hour. It was probably like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. But they were going to other family members for their meal. And so his daughter was like finishing up a last minute casserole. And, but his grandsons are so sweet. And the littlest one came over and gave me the biggest hug before I left, and the other one gave me a high five. The other one's 7, and the little one's 4. And I had time to talk with his daughter. She's wonderful. And his son-in-law, he's more on the quiet side, but very, very fun and very friendly. And I had such a good time. I was talking to his daughter about her plants, asking some questions. I was curious about some things. She homeschools. I homeschooled my youngest, so we had some commonality there. But I got to spend some time with the grandsons, and it was wonderful. And then we got talking about movies and Christmas movies, and I said, I want to see the Polar Express, but you have to pay for it on Amazon. And she's like, I have it. So she lent us her copy of Polar Express. So I have a portable DVD player, and we're going to put this in the portable DVD player and watch it and make hot chocolate. So I got my candle going. I got my snuggly sweater candle going. We came back home and we made lunch. So I made just a ham steak. You just pop it in the frying pan for X amount of minutes, get it brown. And, I had sweet potatoes. Again, they were Bob Evans. You just bent the corner, put it in the microwave for 5 minutes total. They're so good, though. They're so good. And I had a can of cranberry sauce that I cut up and put in a bowl, and stovetop stuffing. And that's what we had. And then pickles and olives and pepper rings, mild pepper rings. And that was lunch. So we had lunch, got all the dishes cleaned up. The kitchen is spotless. There's leftovers in the fridge. And done and over. So I got to show his daughter my engagement ring, and yeah, it was nice. It was nice, that first meeting. So I met his sister once, his one sister one time. The other sister I met twice, and brother-in-law twice. We got together twice, and now this daughter. And I talked with his son on speakerphone. He's out of state. And we'll be talking with them on FaceTime on Saturday. So I'll get to actually meet some of the family then. And that just leaves 2 other daughters. One's out of state, and one's more local. So checking off the boxes one by one. I think probably what I'll do is work a little bit more on my gem art. It's really cold, and it's really rainy, and it's really gray. I'll show you. But it's that time of year, and I'm thinking like, Gio and I are finishing 15 weeks. Saturday will be 15 weeks since we met. So I'm thinking like 15 weeks ago, I didn't know this person. And 15 weeks later, everything's different. Everything's different. I'm grateful. So I was thinking hard about Sky. I finished the altar. It's super gray. I wonder light-wise. Yeah, I think I can do it. I'll have to put on the hall light to show you. But I think I can. So I did, put my glasses on. So I redid the altar. I put this sign here. And let me move my tripod. I put that sign there. And I always keep this one up. And I took, and over here is his stocking. I wrote his name and put the 2024. And so there's the winter altar. Let me see, how can I best get that all in. There. Snowflakes. The fairy, the little fairy girl. The little table and chairs. The candle, feather, stone, and the god, the one Buddhist god. Yeah. So that's done. Now tomorrow, I'm so ready for Christmas. Tomorrow I'm taking the Thanksgiving sign off the door and I'm putting up the first Christmas sign. I've got a couple of actual Santa, Santa Christmas. I didn't put any Santa type signs around Sky's winter solstice altar because he didn't believe in Christmas. And but I respect winter solstice for him, and I also enjoyed celebrating winter solstice. It's the day of the year where we have the shortest amount of daylight, and then after winter solstice, which I believe is December 21st, the daylight will get longer every year. So it's that push into more daylight, into the spring, into all that. So I'm going to put the first Santa sign up on the door. I think I might have 3. I have at least 2 that are actually like Santa, but I think there's 3. And then I'll rotate them for the rest of this month, which is 2 days, and then the month of December. And then once December's over, for then January, I'll put snow type hangings up. And then I get into February and I do all of the love stuff. I'll go back to the Dollar Tree and see if they have different, because they always have something different. And then I add 2. I buy 1 or 2 each holiday. I get St. Patty's Day, Easter, spring, anything spring oriented, summer. I have a bunch of different summer ones. And then back into the fall, and then I kind of go through the whole year again. So I think I'm going to work on my gem art a little bit. I'm going to enjoy my Santa mug. When you have anxiety to the degree that I do, and a lot of people do, and a lot of people don't talk about it unless you start talking about it. And if you start talking about it, a lot of people will open up and they'll be like, yeah, I go through that too. So I think it's important sometimes that if we're, on a phone call and we're getting a little nervous or anxious, to say, just bear with me. I have anxiety disorder. This is difficult for me, so just, bear with me. People will be, for the most part, really understanding. So that's very much appreciated. But yeah, 2 days left in November, the 3rd Burr month, September, October, November, December, you guys know. And then roll into December. And so either tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday, I'm not sure which day, but the sooner the better, we're going to go out and get a live tree, get our tree up in the corner, there in the corner of the room, and get it decorated. I still have 2 sets of ornaments on the way. Now, I did get updates from Temu saying that they're going through customs. Like, once they get through customs, and it says that they're a little bit more delayed because of delays in the airplanes. And that's what is taking a little bit longer, even though nothing's late. But they're going through customs now. And then once they get through customs, things move pretty quickly. So I'm going to make sure I have enough space to put the other ornaments on, because they're a lot of blue, and I really want to have the blue in there too. And the ornaments that I have already are all fairly small, so there's nothing like really, really big. And we're looking at probably like about a 5-foot tree, something big and fat, round. Put the skirt on and put the white lights on. I'm thinking, do I need another set of white lights? Because I like a tree really lit up. So if I get to Walmart, I'll pick up one more set of white lights, because they're only like $2.99. And then I'll have 3 sets of lights, which will be really cool. It's been a year. There's a lot. Emotion-wise, I'm like crazy all over the place. Really struggling, then really happy, really up, really down, really like, I don't know, missing Sky so much. And yet, being in this new relationship, things are moving along. We're, talking of house hunting next year, early next year. And so that in itself is exciting. And just trying to balance everything. Just trying to, balance who I am as a woman. Doctor appointments. December is loaded with, he has 2 doctor appointments in December. I have therapy. He has therapy. His car has to go in the garage for a full day to have some parts replaced. That's next week. And there's a doctor appointment next week also. And so we'll get these things done and over with. And then you just keep moving forward to like, what's the next thing? As far as my son, I appreciate all the comments, the people who have reached out to me personally to talk to me about what I've gone through with my son. When this first started with my son back in 2016, when he first went into jail, he was in county jail. And at that point, early on, I was just so scared for him as a mom, That was, 8 years ago? He was 28, maybe 27 at that point, maybe 27. And, I remember like, how can I help? What can I do? Time went on. He had like 3 years of county jail. He was in, he was out, he was in, he was out. It's so typical. I hear it time and time again from moms. And then when he went into state and did state time, 5 years and 7 months. And all of that time, for the majority of it, especially especially the last 4 years and 7 months of his state time, it was just me. Like I was the only person still involved in his life. And it was really hard on me. Emotionally, I was about destroyed. And financially, he really ran me through the ringer. And then, you know, my hope was he was going to get out and things were going to get better. And, you know, and then he got out a year and a half ago. And, yeah, you know, I believe that there's an illness. To what degree? I don't know. You know, I don't know. But I know what has continually happened. You know, like I know that I just couldn't find the strength in me, no matter how much I tried to find the strength in me to say no. I was just constantly saying yes. And all I was doing was hurting me over and over and over again. And I struggled hard with all that. I would get angry at him. I would get angry at myself for knowing better. You know, like, poet, you know better. Like, you know you're never going to see this money again. You know, no matter what he says, it most likely is not the truth. And so I had to give myself a lot of forgiveness. And then it just got to a point where I just had to say, I can't do this on my own. And when you look at the actions that someone takes against a senior citizen, you know, that is elder abuse. I don't care how you want to cut it. I consider it elder abuse. When someone takes advantage of you, someone, you know, lies continuously about what their situation is just to get money from you, knowing your situation, you know, knowing, like, you know, you're barely on your feet and you're thinking, okay, this is my kid, I've got to help him. It puts you in a terrible spot, you know. And so I'm not, yeah, like, I've had people reach out to me with, you know, a lot of common sense. Thank goodness. People's like, you know, here's how it really is, poet, and they're speaking common sense. And so, you know, I'm never going to see a dime of anything back, and I know that. There's no sense in me running myself through the ringer anymore, worrying, stressing, and someone made a good point, like the longer I try to do something, like to get the money back, is the longer I'm keeping a tie with him, which I don't want. So I'm just letting all that go. Everything's blocked, emails blocked, phones blocked, like everything's blocked. And I had a strange phone number come up yesterday, which I'm sure was a Google number, because it said spam risk on it too, and it was like a local area code, like one of the Google area codes he would use. So I just let it run. I just let it ring until it stopped ringing, and there was no voicemail. There was nothing. I wouldn't have listened to it anyway. And so if anything does pop up, George is taking it. Geo, he's handling it. He's gonna, if he's with me and the phone's ringing and it's a strange number, he's just going to answer it and say, you know, you can't talk with your mother. That's not going to work. And he said, you know, Kenny's going to get the point. He's going to understand, like, one way or the other. He's going to understand that this is no longer acceptable. And he's 36 years old now. He just had a birthday. He's in his 37th rotation. It's like, okay, now you need to stand on your own 2 feet and stop taking advantage of, you know, your mother. Like, that's not cool. So I'm not in this battle alone anymore. And just that in itself is a comfort. So my year is like, oh my God, my year has been absolutely crazy. My friend Dave came up yesterday for coffee. I think I mentioned that in yesterday's video. And he said that him and his they're not married, but it's basically, you might as well say they're married. They've been together forever. They go out dancing on Friday or Saturday nights to local dancers, and it's all, seniors. Some of those TV shows where you can watch seniors dancing. It's just kind of like that. And I love to dance. And he said, there's a dance next Saturday night, and it's local to where I am. He said, if you want to go, if you and Gio want to go, it's $10 a person, and they have like chips and pretzels, that kind of thing, from 7 to 10. But the only thing is that it's a regular crowd. So when you go somewhere and it's like the same people are there all the time, and then some brand new people walk in the door, I don't think I could do that. I mean, I would love to go out dancing, but I don't see me. I don't see me having the. I think the anxiety would be just way too high for something like that. But anyway, it was very nice of him to ask and and mention that that's happening. I would love to go out for New Year's Eve, like go out and do the countdown and the champagne, and I would love that. But we'll just celebrate here, watch the ball drop. It's different. This holiday season is so different. My last, I don't even know how many. I mean, not counting the 4 years that Sky was sick with this particular disease. He was sick multiple times prior. He had hernia surgery, he had a Nissen fundoplication, then he had it reversed, and he was diagnosed with Lyme's disease. He got the flu, then pneumonia, and he got septic, and he was in the hospital for a week. It was just a constant, one thing after another in the years we were together. So, but I believe he's watching out for me. He's making sure things are kosher, and I'm so grateful for him. So I'm going to go. I hope everybody's had a decent Thanksgiving. I know some people are going through some really rough things. Hang in there. Know that you're loved. Stay with me with Coffee with Poet, and we'll talk again soon.